What's happening, guys? It's your boy JC, Nerdy Treasures. I am live now. Give me just a second. Just 1 second. I just sent you something, Dre. Hold on. I just sent you something, Dre. Hold on. What's up, Mr. Viz? See if this works. Allie Franklin, hello. Just give me a second, guys. Greg Cook, what's going on, sir? I'm trying to get Kent and Dres Depot in here. Let me try again. What's everybody up to this week? One second, I'm inviting the two people. There, I sent another invite. So let's see if they get that one. Listo Viz. Kent, what's going on, man? I sent you the invite. What's going on? Oh, just say give him 10 minutes. Did you get it? Kent? I really do not like that. So pretty much what we want to do today, I know they're not in here yet, but I'm going to check for them here shortly. What we want to do today is we want to talk old school wrestling. Now, I'm a huge wrestling fan. I think that was my first fandom. And I go back since I was like a little kid. So like I'm talking Greg the Hammer Valentine and King Kong Bundy and just all the old school wrestlers. So I figured what better way to do videos than to do wrestling videos. I mean, just do what you love, right? How's the lighting? I mean, is everybody able to see me all right? So, honky tonk man, yes. So, I've been talking to Greg, and I've been talking to not Greg, but Kent, and I've been sorry, it's that 3-pack thing. I've been talking to Kent, and I've been talking to Dre, and we all three of us have some old school wrestling backgrounds. We like the old school wrestlers, and I'm a fan of the Attitude Era, and Tojo Mata. Yeah, hey, some of them NJPW wrestlers, they got it going too, like Kenny Omega and stuff like that. Nowadays, it's hard to beat NJWP right now. I wish this would work for those guys. Greg is part of my 6-man. Yeah. You're stable. Did you get that invite, Kent? So while we're waiting, I wanted to jump on here and let you also talk about my new YouTube channel of the week. So I made a little challenge to Mary's Berries this week, and let me just try to send it again. But let me look. Hold on. But I made a challenge to Mary's Berries this week, and she accepted. So if I can catch her by the time she hits 200 subscribers, I don't have to do nothing. But I made it a little bit difficult on myself. If I can't catch her with Harry Potter Pops by the time she hits 200 subscribers, I got to pay for her 200 subscriber giveaway. So that'll be fun. So let me try this one more time, Kent. It's popping you up. So, yeah, are you gonna go see the Bullet Club on Friday? How are you gonna do that? Are they coming here? Need your intro music. That's something we're gonna talk about once you get on here. What's up, Funko Pop Academy? We're talking old school wrestling today, man. So I don't know if you're into old school wrestling. So whenever Kent gets on here, we'll talk some wrestling. And then you get to hear the dings from my computer. I'm trying to figure out how to kill that. Uh-oh. I don't even want to do that. All right. So does anybody know a better way to send an invite on Hangouts? Looking at Greg Cook, maybe. Oh yeah, that ought to be cool. Jerry Lawler, Billy Gunn, yeah. It was kind of. We've lost a couple of wrestlers this last couple of weeks.
What's up? Hey.
So what's going on, Kent? All right, so
That would be cool.
Judge Jack's going to see a couple of cool wrestlers this weekend.
Here, let me kill this.
Yeah, it's kind of loud.
There we go, man.
Not Dre's Depot, but we can start without him. It's all right. So I wanted to get on here and do some talking about wrestling. I know you're pretty good at talking about wrestling from the past, I guess.
Oh yeah, I love some old school wrestling.
So I'll start off with this week, okay? What did you think about did you watch Raw or SmackDown or any type of wrestling this week?
I mostly watch NXT.
Oh yeah.
Cut the cord, so
did you see what happened on NXT?
Whatever I can catch on WWE Network, so the pay-per-views and NXT.
Did you see what happened on NXT this week? Ciampa, whatever his name is.
Ciampa?
Yeah, he won the gold.
Yeah, that was pretty sweet. Nice little twist. NXT is that awesome arena where you can really get some nice heel heat going. So, excellent choice.
The Phil reminds me of an old ECW Phil. Like, everybody's that fan favorite person, you know? So, I like NXT, yeah. So, what was your favorite wrestler growing up? Like, when you were first started wrestling?
I was really into tag teams. I don't know what it is about tag team wrestling, but I always thought, like, that was some of the coolest things going on. The first tag team that I can ever, like, fandom was Demolition.
Oh, yeah.
and I used to love their matches with Heart Foundation.
They were still wrestling like a couple of years ago.
Oh yeah. And then when they brought in Crush and like everybody was confused by the 3 Demolition and Mr. Fuji, and yeah, I used to, and of course until New Day they used to have that the longest run Demolition with the titles.
Yeah. I back then it was more of the Rockers and I don't know. Harlem Heat was cool too. So I don't know.
Bulldogs.
Do what?
The British Bulldogs, they were fantastic.
Oh man, those were some good teams. Then you had the Russians. I can't remember. I know Volkov was one of them, and there was another one I can't remember.
Yeah, it was always those international bad guys, and one of my other favorite tag teams. Oh shoot, now it's slipping my mind, but definitely a lot of cool, different Heat tag teams, and definitely a lot of fun.
There's chat saying the Von Erichs and Superfly.
And the Freebirds.
I mean, yeah, Nikolai just passed away, so I was kind of sad to hear about that. There was also another one that passed away recently. It was I'm part of a tag team. It was who was it? Brian Christopher.
Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah, I mean, but Rikishi did do good, and I heard that Rikishi didn't really get along with his tag team partners. So
really?
The way he gave him a tribute, that was kind of cool. Yeah, it was Jerry Lawler's
body.
Yeah. I mean, this is something that I've had a passion for since I was a little kid. Like, what was the first match you got to see live, or have you seen live?
I think the oldest match that I always kind of go back to, hopefully I don't screw up which one. I'm pretty sure it was WrestleMania 3, and they were actually at the Silver Dome, which I'm originally from Michigan. So that was a huge deal, having WrestleMania kind of in my backyard. It was only like 30, 40 miles away, and for like the parents and almost everybody in the neighborhood, like getting together to watch that pay-per-view and stuff. That's probably one of my oldest wrestling memories. And then it might not be as great of a match now, but always remembering Hogan slamming Andre and just that amazing Macho Man Ricky Steamboat match that was just ahead of its time.
Oh, I love Macho Man. That's like one of my favorite bad guys of all time. So I was always I was always a heel person. Like, I loved the bad guy. So it was like when Hogan versus my very first match was Hogan versus Macho Man Randy Savage. That's the first match I got to see live, and I was so excited. It was right before Hogan did that movie No Holds Bar.
Right.
With Zeus, and Macho Man had Zeus come on and beat up Hogan or whatever it was. So I got to watch the Raw. It wasn't even Raw. It was just a WWF event right before that.
Oh, very cool.
That was so cool. I remember having the Macho Man bandana and the glasses. Awesome.
Now, was that before he went Macho King?
Yes. It was right before he did all that. He went Macho King, and then Sensational Sherry boosted that ego, didn't it?
Oh, yeah. That was awesome. That was a nice run. They could go a year with that and then finished it up at a WrestleMania. So, I mean, if you can go WrestleMania to WrestleMania like back in those days, that was huge.
Yeah, I was a huge fan back then, and then like it just grew as I grew. And there's that one thing that I don't like saying, or here's the thing I don't like people saying. You know it's fake, right? I hate that. So when did you first realize that it was scripted?
I guess it's hard to say. I mean, I always knew it was entertainment, and I've always like enjoyed movies and everything. So they've always been kind of side by side. I mean, just as I can sit there and be like, oh my God, Thanos just threw a moon at Tony Stark, I should be able to be like, oh my God, Kevin Nash just powerbombed the Giant.
Yeah. See, the problem I have with people saying, oh, it's fake, right, is it may be fake or it may be scripted, it may be choreographed.
Sure.
But it hurts them just as much as getting punched in the face would. I mean,
my favorite tagline, right?
What's that?
Wrestling is real, people are fake.
Yeah.
Kennedy.
So yeah, I mean, this was like, I'm thinking Wednesdays are going to be my wrestling days, and I was going to have people come on here and just talk about wrestling, like their favorite wrestling stuff. Like for me, I was always a big fan of like Andre the Giant because like I heard down the line I was related to him somehow.
Very cool. There you go.
Yeah, so I was like checking out all the ancestry stuff on that. It was a while. It's a long way down the line, but it's there. But I like Coco Beware and when they were a tag team, that was a good tag team. And I talked to my daughter now, and she's getting into wrestling, and she's like, "Oh, Nikki Bella and Brie Bella are the best tag team ever." And I was like, "Just go sit down."
Yeah, they got enough title belts to put on them.
So what was your favorite wrestling? What are some of your favorite wrestling moments?
I would say like my favorite memory of Raw, and one of those just moments that blew my mind was when Shawn Michaels got his first kind of real big push. And I remember a Monday Night Raw, Shawn Michaels versus King Kong Bundy.
Oh, yeah.
Just the work that Shawn Michaels did in that match, and to kind of start that beginning of the not having to be a dinosaur to be a main eventer. So that's one memory that I always go back to.
Yeah, I mean, I like those types of memories too. It's like when Bret Hart faced Yokozuna at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. I mean, I was sad that he lost, but I mean, it's one of those types of things that those little guys step up to the really big monsters.
And you want to be fans of like Hogan and guys. I mean, they were larger than life and, great characters. So, as a kid, you definitely just, again, those dinosaurs, they were impressive. But some of the stuff that these guys are doing these days, just being so athletic and like so strong and stuff, and just the work they put in to put on these amazing matches like Kenny Omega.
Yeah, Dre's in the chat. I'm trying to add him real quick. He said he's ready to come on, but
nice.
I'm trying to add him. Hold on. So, like, what were some of your favorite monsters, like from back then?
I mean, definitely starting with Andre the Giant. I mean, he is definitely, the standard. I've always enjoyed the Giant, the Big Show. I think, especially early in his career when he started in WCW, just some of the things he was doing as a big guy were just amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I usually take a comparison from old school wrestling to nowadays, and like I try to see who I can match up to people like that. And I say like if I could see a Big Show type wrestler, it would probably be like, he's not as big as Big Show, but it's Samoa Joe.
Yeah.
How big he is and how he moves and stuff like that. It's just ridiculous for me. I mean, I couldn't move like that. I couldn't move as quick as he does.
Now, have you seen, you watch any TNA, especially like Joe years ago?
Oh, I used to love TNA back then when it was
Yeah.
Joe and young AJ Styles.
Right. The two of them could even Kurt Angle in TNA just some monster matches.
When Kurt Angle won every title.
Oh yeah.
I was just talking about this the other day, how I think TNA back then, when they started messing up, is how WWE SmackDown looks right now.
I gotcha.
Because if you look at SmackDown right now, their main title going into SummerSlam is going to be Samoa Joe versus AJ Styles. That is TNA.
But don't undersell it. That could turn into a show stealer.
Oh yeah, it could. I ain't gonna lie. I'm excited to see that because I used to watch them in TNA. But at the same time, I think that they might mess up with that too, because if they come out as TNA goes, then what's going to happen with them? So Dre, I sent you that link again. Just make sure you're going into your Hangouts and checking that out.
Yeah, that was my mistake. I was checking my email.
Oh yeah.
I finally went into the actual Hangouts and found the invite, so it might be missing on the email.
We got Papa Lucha in the chat, and he's blowing it up with some old school wrestlers like Mortis and Wrath, and
nice.
Man, he's throwing some old school wrestlers at us. But yeah, Dre. I mean, he says he's Dre. I said, hey, check out your Hangouts and look for the invitation. So there's a couple of other wrestlers that was big, and like I like DDP. Out of WCW, and
what an amazing story. I mean,
oh yeah,
if you look at DDP, everything he did to get in the ring, and then what he did when he had the opportunity, and even beyond what he's doing now, it's what an amazing story.
He's changing everybody's lives right now, so that's kind of cool. I've heard Michael Strahan thank DDP, and I'm like, okay, that's pretty big right there. That, or if you remember Canyon.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. He had a weird story too, like where he came from.
Who's better than Canyon?
Nobody. But yeah, I love the old style wrestling. I like new wrestling too. It's just I get these wrestling fans now that are all like, these are the best wrestlers ever. And I said, okay, well, they didn't have to go through the same thing that these wrestlers went through. They weren't as safe as the old school wrestlers. I mean, the old school people dropped down from the ceiling on wires and just, took risks. These guys were safe. Which I understand concerning half those risks ended up in severe injury, but still. Oh, yeah. Mortis. I know Mortis is Canyon. My favorite. What's your favorite stable?
It's tough. I mean, if you want to go really old school, Bobby Heenan and his family was amazing. It's hard not to acknowledge the Four Horsemen. They've had such a legacy, and then the more we move up, of course, the NWO. They influenced me a lot, and part of the reason it's Hollywood is my love for Hulk Hogan and during the whole NWO run and everything. So,
see, I wasn't big on Hulk. I mean, I've always had a disdain for Hulk Hogan.
Well, the backstory, I was very lucky in my hometown. My parents always let me get the pay-per-views, so I would invite pretty much everybody over to watch the different pay-per-views. So
like Hollywood,
I was kind of running the stable, so everybody just started calling me Hollywood.
Yeah, Papa Lucha said mine pretty much. The Hart Foundation. Bret Hart was like my all-time favorite of all time. Like, he was the best there is, best there was, the best there ever will be. That's the way I see it. I mean, he was the heart. I mean, trained in Stu Hart's dungeon, and I don't think there's any better that came out of Stu Hart's dungeon. I think if Tyson Kidd didn't hurt himself, he'd probably be up there today.
Yeah, Tyson Kidd's he's a talent. It's too bad.
It says it's waiting for him to join. I'm trying to figure out why. Do you ever deal with this, Kent? Where
I'm usually the one that doesn't get in, so I'm feeling pretty good right now.
I'm trying, Dre, but I'm running out of time, bud. I could try one more time. Hold on. So I was a huge Hart family fan. Owen Hart, British Bulldog, Jim the Anvil Neidhart, all of them I was a huge fan of. It wasn't until they went away that I started looking at like the other wrestlers around them, like Shawn Michaels. I mean, I'm not going to take anything away. Shawn Michaels was probably one of the greatest in-ring performers there is.
Yes,
but
very entertaining.
But I still didn't care for him. You know what I mean? I
don't blame
you. I mean, he took out my favorite, so I don't know.
Yeah, he was definitely the bad boy of the Federation.
And when DX came along, I jumped on that bandwagon. I was a DX fan. I was a Legacy fan more than DX, though.
Were you more so with Triple H after Shawn Michaels left, or right when Shawn Michaels and Triple H kind of started it?
I liked the group better. Like when it was Road Dogg, Jesse James. I liked the big DX, like right after Shawn got dropped. Like X-Pac and Road Dogg. I did not like it when they started adding like Tori and Kane and all them. I'm like, just stop. It's becoming NWO again. Just stop.
That's the problem with every group. I mean, you just start getting too big and it doesn't matter.
It doesn't. I mean, like NWO, I'd rather watch the Wolfpack, to be honest. Like when it was Kevin Nash's Wolfpack, I like the black and red. But it just got out of hand with every one of them. I mean, so I invited him again. What's up, Emma the Narwhal? So yeah, we got some more fans in there saying Hacksaw Jim Duggan and Cactus Jack and Chainsaw Charlie.
Duggan was I don't know. Do you ever get an opportunity to see him live?
I did. He was
what an energy he would bring to the ring.
Oh yeah, he was a huge fan favorite too. What's going on, Jessica? So the New School Bullet Club,
Gold Elite,
huh? Well, the Elite. Well, I don't know. I kind of like Tama Tonga's version of Bullet Club now.
Yeah, when did they start that? Like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I mean, did you see who split off with him though? It was him. It was him, Haku, and the brother. I can't remember the brother's name. And they got another one. I can't remember who it was. It wasn't Hangman. Trying to remember who it was, but they got a bunch of them, and they're calling themselves what was it? The Shooting Gallery or something like that.
Nice.
It was cool. The Golden Elite versus the the Firing Squad. That's what it was. Bullet Club Firing Squad. That's going to be good.
Yeah, I wish I could watch them more. I basically just watched the Being Elite on YouTube, catch a match here or there on YouTube. I've never tried the streaming.
They just started airing them on a channel here because I have DirecTV Now, and they just started airing them on DirecTV Now.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah. So I've been watching almost every one. I haven't seen. I know some people are saying wrestlers from Impact right now. I haven't really seen Impact since AJ and Kurt and them all left. What about you? I mean, do you still watch Impact?
No. Again, I think that's just turning into another like, who can we get from WWE? And try to sell a show.
Yeah, so we got a couple of fans, like Ahmed Johnson. They're throwing out names out there.
Oh, nice. Yeah, he got some good pushes.
Oh yeah, I liked Ahmed. He was
and Gold Dust. What that WrestleMania match is just insane.
Dre said that Impact now sucks. Austin Aries is carrying the brand, but Austin Aries got his. I know Austin Aries came from Impact, but he came to WWE and got a big name for himself. He got a fan base. Then he went back to Impact. So WWE shouldn't let him go. Anyway, what I was saying is I look at wrestlers today and I can see the past. Like if you look at Roman Reigns, you can see The Rock, that type of.
Oh yeah.
I mean, and you can look at John Cena and see Hulk Hogan, and what are some comparisons you could make like with that? Like,
well, the biggest guy that I miss, and maybe he's on Impact now. I definitely miss some Scott Steiner, Big Papa Pump.
He is on Impact now.
Yeah, he is a one-of-a-kind character. He and his brother actually wrestled at the U of M, which University of Michigan, and I grew up not too far from there, so I got to actually see them in some collegiate wrestling matches, and I've been a fan of the Steiner brothers for a long time, so it's hard for me to find a comparison to them.
That's kind of cool that you say that, because the person that wrestled here, I just moved here when he was getting his championship, and this is Oklahoma, by the way.
Okay.
So, Jack Hager, which is Jack Swagger, he was wrestling in the OU when I first got here, and I heard nothing but about Jack Hager. And then he came to wrestling. I was like, yeah, let's do this.
Right.
But they dropped him. They should have done so much more with him.
Yeah, it's tough with creative these days. I think they overthink it sometimes.
I mean, I wish they would do a lot more with some of the wrestlers they got now. Like, I wish they would do a lot more with the cruiserweight division. 205. I like that they got their own show now. Just throw them into the mix for WWE now. Oh, there's Trey.
Hey, what's happening?
What's up? Outside. We can't hear you. I can't hear a word you're saying.
Uh-oh.
Can you hear him?
No. Who's on mute?
Are you going to do charades for us? All right. Anyway.
Was that the...
Yeah. All right. So, you working on it? Probably about 10 more minutes that I got, and then I got to get back to work. I'm on break right now, so.
Nice. Well, I appreciate hanging out on break.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun. I enjoyed talking with you guys about this. Quit messaging me.
But yeah, I mean, wrestling, it's hard to ignore it. I know it's not always mainstream, and there's those opportunities where it goes a little more mainstream. But it's always been a part of my life, and I've always enjoyed watching and talking about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big part of my life, and I've been, like I said, I've been a wrestling fan since a little kid, and Pops just now came into my life.
Right.
3 months ago. I'm 3 months fresh on Pops. If you guys in the chat don't know, we're mainly Pop collectors. But
wrestling on the side.
But wrestling is the best pastime of all.
But sometimes, your loves mesh together.
Oh, yeah. Surprisingly, I do not have a wrestling Pop yet. I'm kind of surprised.
Yeah, this guy got beat up by Kenny.
Oh, yeah. Hey, he's part of that now. So I like Cody Rhodes. I liked Cody Rhodes before he left WWE. I didn't like the Stardust, but I liked Cody.
But there's the box, and I think this guy had something to do with that. He was getting some shots in while they were being held at GameStop.
We got Emma's dad in here. How you doing, sir?
What's up, Emma's dad?
So, is Dre gonna talk?
Uh-oh, he's trying. He's the quiet wrestler.
Yeah. He's like Bobby Lashley.
There you go.
Hard hitting.
He can be your stunt double.
Put what you're saying in the chat so I can at least understand you.
What's your favorite ring entrance?
Oh, that's what we were going to talk about. Okay. All right. So I think that the new entrances are better than the old entrances, to be honest. The old ones had music, but these are much more entertainment. So I am so much a fan of Randy Orton's entrances. Like,
nice.
All of them. Like, every single one of them. If I had to pick a favorite entrance music, it'd probably be either right after he split up with Evolution, or it would have to be the Nexus entrance music.
Nice.
I mean, those are both probably my favorite entrance songs.
What about the old rated RKO?
Oh yeah.
The little mesh up.
Yeah, I enjoy those.
I don't know if if they put music on music prior to that. It'd be interesting to see.
Dre said Finn Balor.
Yeah, the demon is out of control.
Yeah, he said Finn Balor's his favorite music or favorite entrance. That's a good entrance. I like that entrance.
I wonder when they'll set the demon free again.
They're so ready for that. I hope
they're saving it for something good.
Dre, how about this? How about you fix your mic and come back on next Wednesday? That'd be good with you? I can't hear you.
Judge Stack, Real American. Yeah, Real American was a great opening. Get all the red, white, and blue flowing.
Oh, yeah. So, Voodoo Child. Yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah, Hogan pulled some strings to get that.
So you got well, I think they pulled strings to get CM Punk's too. Culture Club. Yeah. Oh, yeah. But yeah, I'm excited we did this. I enjoyed this. So, is there what do you are looking forward to from SummerSlam? What do you think? What's your predictions?
I mean, just hoping for a good show. You said AJ and
Samoa
Joe. Can they pull something out of the time tape, and we see just one of their crazy matches that some of the general audience hasn't seen. AJ's definitely famous to pull a move that we might not have seen in a long time, so might surprise some people.
I know that when they did, I was a little upset about the Shinsuke AJ at WrestleMania, but it didn't disappoint.
Yeah,
it was a really good match, and they did really good with that, just like NJPW did. So I was rather impressed.
And hopefully my girl Charlotte can get back on top.
Oh, no. Becky's got to get that title, man.
Everybody loves the flair for gold.
Well, seeing you're from North Carolina, I'll give you that one.
Yep, straight out of the Queen City.
Yeah. So that I probably told you, but did I tell you that I was over there last year or the year it was after the year before, and I was working right outside, like right next door. I could see all the cars to Ric Flair's gym.
I believe it.
That was awesome. I seen some of the professional wrestlers at NXT coming out of there. It was kind of cool. Velveteen Dream was there, so that was kind of cool.
Very cool, yeah.
Yeah. So that's going to be the segment for today. I got to get back to work here in a few minutes, but I just want
to do that work. We can't buy pops. We can't pay for streaming.
I know, and I got to pay for this computer, or this laptop that I'm filming on. So thank you for coming out and chatting with me about wrestling. I enjoyed this, so maybe we can do it again sometime.
Oh, for sure. Thanks for having me, and definitely we'll keep putting this tag team, this stable together. If we can, get some gold around our waists and continue having some fun. And just a quick shout out, if you're at work and you're listening, you know who this is.
All right. Yeah, I'm that one that at work is listening too. So anyway, thank you guys for coming on the stream. Thank you for popping into the chat. We got to get out of here, or I got to get out of here. But before we go, I want to hit up my new YouTube channel of the week. Go show some love to Mary's Berries. I got a challenge with her that if she can get to 200 subs before, or if she can get to 200 subs before I catch her in Harry Potter Pops, that I have to pay for her giveaway, her 200 sub giveaway. So I want you guys to put her up to 200 subs, but let me catch up first. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Kent, for coming on, and we'll catch you guys later. As always, happy hunting.